So, Wallis and I initially went into Wandsworth Prison in April 2017. I mean, the reason we were there was to carry out a digital storytelling project with the men. We were working with a charity called Stretch, which, to my knowledge, is the only external organisation that has been authorised in the UK to take digital equipment, broadcast equipment, into prisons. There's a huge issue around digital infrastructure in prisons and the lack thereof, and the fact that people who are in prison are falling further and further behind in terms of being able to access digital provisions and services when they come out of prison. Now that so much of our day-to-day life is mediated through the internet and digital services. So you'll have people in prison who don't know how to use the internet, who don't know how to access the Department of Work and Pensions, social services, or whatever basic government information services they need to access, which has to happen online. So so that was one reason for us going in there with the digital equipment. The other reason was to work around storytelling with prisoners. And while that might sound a little bit frilly and unnecessary, in fact, storytelling in a prison context takes on quite significant proportions. When you're caught up in the criminal justice cycle, everything comes down to story. Everything comes down to who told your story. Did you tell your story in the best way possible? Is the story that's being told about you true? And the story that has been told about you, the story that has been circulated, is the story that means you are now in prison. So everything is very much about story and who has control of your story. So many times when we would work with individuals who were in prison, they had never had the opportunity to really think about their lives in any kind of context, to think about actions that maybe led to certain kinds of consequences, maybe never had the time or the